Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series Nexus Division matchup of ProBUs versus gillyShark at Bingo Night. My name is Bahamut, and I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful evening, and I hope you're ready for some fantastic Heroes of the Storm action. And if you're sitting at home saying, wait a minute, Bahamut, slow down, how did we get to Battlefield of Eternity? I got you covered. The home team this evening is going to be the members of ProBUs. They won the coin flip, opting for first pick priority in map number 1. They banned out Infernal Shrines and Braxis Holdout. gillyShark at Bingo Night, who are given map pick priority since the opposing side wants first pick, will ban out Dragonshire, Alterac Pass, and have chosen to take us to Battlefield of Eternity for map number 1. We get back into the draft, we check out what's happening, and ladies and gentlemen, cheers, chat. Cheers. Cheers to you. Hey, Cat Peach, good to see you, friend. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. Thank you for the photo of Bear a couple days ago. Bear is absolutely adorable, the way that he's just absolutely sprawled out. I will fight to my last breath. All right, sorry. I'm getting the prediction set up, and then we will focus in on the draft, okay? So, prediction... Man, gillyShark at Bingo Night, your name is too long. All right, it's going to be gillyShark at Bingo Night for the predictions. But either way, we'll get into Twitch predictions in a little bit. Drinking pure vodka. You know it! Woo! Absolutely. All right, so Li Ming, Gray Main ban on the left-hand side from the members of ProBUs. We have a Joanna Diablo ban on the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. If you're wondering why it's PBU versus Bingo, that is the shortened ticker names from the Heroes of Storm, from the Nexus Gaming Series website. So we have a first pick Uther Hanzo, Rhaegar to the members of ProBUs. Brave man. I'm a very brave man. A little bit of an internet wobble there. I think we're okay. Lunara, Muradin, Rhaegar. Okay, all right. So pretty good start for the side of ProBUs. A very strong team in general. Hey Echo, how you doing, bud? By the way, if you're new to the stream, if you've never been here before, if you stumbled into the stream because you're a fan of one of these teams or players, or you like watching some live casted games, I highly recommend you at least hit the follow button. I hope you check out the stream. I do a lot of casting, typically Wednesdays and Thursdays I do casting. Fridays are variety in the morning, and then Tuesdays I typically play the game. Saturdays and the weekends we do whatever we feel like. For example, this Saturday is going to be Baja Ross. Upcoming Saturday, the 19th, is going to be the subathon. We have a subathon coming up, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Uther, Hanzo, Malthael, Raynor for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Malthael strong in the solo lane. Last rites could be huge here. Also, keep in mind, Malthael has a healing reduction talent at level 13, if I'm not mistaken, which, is it level 13 or is it level 7? I think it's actually level 7. Either way, he has a healing reduction talent, which is great to counteract some of Rhaegar's plays. So, let's see, what are the last two picks from the side of ProBUs? Tassadar and Sonya. So, Sonya for solo into the Malthael. Tassadar, good damage. And then we get a secondary healer. So this is main tank Uther. Oh man, this is auto attack heavy composition from the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. I'm a big fan of ProBUs at a 7. Thank you, Maestro. I always doubt myself. ProBUs, I think they have a really, really strong draft here. The burst ability between Tassadar and Lunara is fantastic. Granted, you have to keep in mind that there are going to be armor talents and stuff like that from Uther as well. Let's go ahead and actually, we're going to leave it over on this screen over here. I'm going to go ahead and start the prediction. Y'all are going to have a minute and a half to 2 minutes to be able to get your predictions in on which team wins. I'm going to leave you on this screen so you can see who is on what hero. And thank you all again for hanging out this evening. Thanks for being an awesome community. And good luck in your predictions, because we are here loaded on into map number 1 in our 5th best of 3 of the day, as we've got ProBUs in the blue, Sage on the Sonya, Irby on the Rhaegar. 8-Bit will be playing the Muradin. We've got Muffin. Sorry, how do you pronounce it with the tilde? Muffin on the... that's not even right. On the Lunara and John Bunyan to play the Tassadar. Over on the right-hand side, we're looking at gillyShark at Bingo Night. We got EKB on the Malthael. We will be seeing Stark on the Ana, Chesslooter on the Hanzo, Lazy Hydra to play the Uther, and Schumann on the Raynor. We get into bottom lane, we check out the level 1s, and we see what our first engagement will be looking like. D-Shield Nano Maltheo is strong. Dropping a totem when it runs at you literally means he has to 1v5. We'll see how it all works out. We'll see. All right, good luck in your Twitch predictions. You probably got another 10 or so seconds to get them in. Just a little reminder if anyone wants to get some gambling in this evening on our live casted game. Stormbolt in the face of Lazy Hydra 8-bit is going to be able to back away. Excuse me, did go into the Dwarf block. A level 1 for that 75 physical armor, if I'm not mistaken. And this is also going to be Slam build from Sonya, Sentinel Wisp from the Lunara, as well as the Totem. Muffin, very low, almost going down, almost first blood, as we also will be seeing the static charge at level 1 for the Tassadar, as he is going to be going into that Shockray build. For now, at least, I expect to see Thermal Lance a little bit later for some percent base damage. We also will be seeing Hanzo, Chesslooter, going for the simple geometry, building out those stacks, already a quarter of the way through. Looking at Uther, he is going to go Wave of Light, passively damaging or healing heroes with Holy Radiance. Refunds 5 mana and reduces the cooldown by 0.75 seconds, but you also have the quest, increase the duration of Devotion area by 0.5 seconds after you use Holy Radiance to heal or damage an enemy or ally 60 times. Good luck, teams. Oh, Majesty, thank you for the kind words. If you actually pronounce the N, it'd be more like Muffinya, but I wouldn't bother. Well, I'm gonna bother. Sage is gonna check the top lane, does see that there is an EKB and a Schumann over here, so Sage just backs away, goes for the wave clear. Though with the Raynor being scouted out in top lane, this is gonna be one of those moments where we will see ProBUs saying, okay, we've got an Impaler camp, we've got 4 members down here, let's hard siege into bottom lane, and this is very much well played so far from the side of ProBUs. Siege-wise, talent tier-wise, we're pretty close in experience between both sides. Biotic Grenade coming out from the Ana. And we talked about Maltheo with healing reduction, but we also didn't talk about the fact that Ana has Biotic Grenade, which is a great way to completely mitigate the Ancestor healing from a Rhaegar, since it is healing reduction by 100%. You have to keep in mind, or at least look next to the player icon names, you might be able to see that purple sort of -100. We could see the Consume Soul. I don't think that's the right talent. I always forget the level 7 for the Maltheo. Maybe we'll see that picked up, but I believe that has a healing reduction of either 50 or 75. I want to say it's 50%. Objective phase spawning in the north-south positioning, and we already have a gillyShark and Bingo Knight rushing through this first objective. 8-bit stepping in, gonna get hit with the sleep dart. We do have full sleep build for Stark for now. 9 stacks on the Hanzo simple geometry did go into the serrated arrows at level 4, which gives him more clear onto the objective phase as the 8-bit and friends put pressure onto Chesslooter and the rest. A few back away. 8-bit taking a lot of damage. There's that healing reduction, and that is going to be First blood. Over to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Knight. Biotic Grenade to Rhaegar equal fun time? Yeah, absolutely. So Race is going to go over to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Knight. They do have the Fallen Shaman that's pushing up the bottom lane. Lazy Hydra doing his best to deal with that. Does have the Pursuit of Justice at level 4 for more sustained chase potential. And let's see, what does gillyShark at Bingo Knight grab with this first objective phase of the game? Let's go ahead and check the stats, of course, for Belith popping up in the bottom. Did I not click on Belith? Am I dumb? I guess I missed it. Either way, it's going to be 522 standard, 5,742 into minions, and then into structures, the real stat here is going to be 1,044. So slam jamming for about 1,000 damage as Murden Dwarf tosses away does give that physical armor for the Dwarf block at level 1. Belith immediately moving into melee range as he does lose his shielding. Stark checking the bush for a Sonya. She wasn't showing for a few seconds. Maltheo going to be going into Masquerade. He's going to take Masquerade at level 7. Ray Strike now damages and applies Reaver Mark to enemies around its targets. A little bit of splash for some of these corridor fights that we could be seeing, but EKB into Sage is having an easy time per se, as there's a little bit of a scuffle potential over this camp. Gonna quickly check the vision for the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. ProBUs does have that Murden showing for a second right there. Gonna swap visions really quickly. Not even going for the camp. We will just be seeing some wave clear and some anchoring. But here is the camp play. Chest Looter. Is there any way to check? Stark does check with a healing dart into the bush. Meanwhile, though, in the top lane area, Sage is getting dove on by EKB, Lazy Hydra, the damage over time, and Schumann comes in with the penetrating round, and that is a solid headshot from Schumann on that Rainer. But since there's a few members in top lane, the members of ProBUs will take advantage of this moment and try and press into gillyShark at Bingo Night through the bottom lane. The fort will lose about 50% of its HP, but the other thing to note about 50% is look at that experience at the top of your screen. Jumping quite far ahead for gillyShark at Bingo Night as 8-Bit is going to tank some tower shots. Has his armor reduced, but not by much since he does have that physical armor as noted consistently. Sonya going into a little bit of a change onto her build, did go into Shot of Fury at level 4 and Poison Spear. The expectation is going to be like leap into Spear and then Shot of Fury for more sustainability. Also keep in mind, after casting Seismic Slam, your next basic attack deals 40% more damage. Keep that in mind as well, but the bottom lane fort will fall. Rainer not able to find anything in top for the time being. Hanzo at 16 stacks looking at camps, 17 seconds on this bruiser camp. On the left-hand side, 40 seconds. Let's go ahead and cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, because we will be seeing Bel'Veth and Alarion spawning in actually the exact same location as the first one. It's I feel like it's kind of rare to get something like this, where it's north-south again with Bel'Veth at the top and, Alarion at the top and Bel'Veth at the bottom. Race potential-wise does go faster to the members of ProBUs. Will gillyShark at Bingo Night defend? It is on defensive positioning. gillyShark at Bingo Night step in. They've got the 10 talents here. There's going to be Hyperion out from the Rainer. Sleep Dart onto 2. Zoning Dragon Strike from Chest Looter. As this is an Immortal phase immediately shredded by gillyShark at Bingo Night. And they have a solid 2,000 experience difference and advantage. Ah, they try to tag the camp to steal it away. But once again, Bel'Veth moves into bottom lane. And we will check these stats, as always. Got to get that updated information. Hitting for a little more. So it's going to be 1,236. Lazy Hydra, oops, sorry about that, hit my mouse. Lazy Hydra getting low. Lunar wants to chase in. The heals are maybe, oh, Divine Shield pulls Lunar into an awkward spot. She's going to get turned on. The stun from Uther. Leap in from the Sonya, focusing onto Chest Looter. The heal comes through, the Bloodlust will be out, and Sage spins through that health bar. It's a 2-for-1 in favor for ProBUs, who will lose their fort to Bel'Veth, gaining those 2 kills that might have pushed them up in the experience department. They might have been missing, but still, that is going to be gillyShark equalizing, still in the bottom lane with the Immortal, though losing 2. Now in top lane, gillyShark at Bingo Night are looking to maybe pressure this top lane fort, but the Immortal, it's going to be going down, so the rotation from the enemy will be happening quite quickly, and I'm actually going to check on the gillyShark vision just to see what they're seeing in this moment. Sonya's showing, Lunara shows in top, and it seems like gillyShark at Bingo Night want to back away. Here's some leaping strikes from Lunara. Sonya doesn't have a leap herself for the next 13 seconds. Is there a heal? Is there a well? It is available, and Rainer will live. Man, a great game so far in our 5th best of 3 of the day. This is some good Here's the Storm action, I got to say. Hey, Tin, what's up, bud? Arrow from Hanzo. Earby takes a little bit of damage. 8-Bit's the target. EKB gets the little bit of steal of HP with the Soul Rip, if you will, and that'll be Malthael finding the kill into the Murden. Keep in mind also, Malthael went into Tormented Souls, so we're looking at a nano-boosted Tormented Souls with Divine Shield, but Yamato Cannon and everything comes through, and that's gillyShark at Bingo Night taking top lane fort, slowly closing the pressure into the side of ProBUs. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on chat. I missed a little bit of that. Whew. Can't grenade Bloodlust. Can you? Grant nearby allies 40% attack speed and 35% movement speed and cause them to heal for 30% of the basic attack damage to their primary targets for 6 seconds. I think you can definitely buy it to grenade some of that. Definitely think you can mitigate some of the incoming healing effectiveness of Bloodlust, but let's go ahead and focus in on the fight for bottom lane because we do have 13 talent tier over to the side of gillyShark and Bingo Knight. We do have a little bit of a split here. There's going to be Leaping Strikes, Argle Bargle from the Rhaegar, Divine Shield, and EKB is going in, shredding through the members of this ProBUs crew. Keep in mind, that is going to be EKB eating a hit with the Nano as well. At least it has move and attack speed. No, that's fair. That's fair. I think Bloodlust is probably the better option. I don't think you'll be able to buy a grenade everyone. I think Ancestral Healing would have been completely mitigated by a grenade. And I think if they weren't planning to go Bloodlust, they might have been forced into a Bloodlust here from the Ana. Because the Ana was a last pick, by the way. The Ana was it was the last pick. And that we had already had the entire draft of ProBUs. ProBUs first picked the Rhaegar, keep that in mind. So gillyShark and Bingo Knight were considering this throughout the draft as well, I would say. I think they were considering the Ana from maybe even start potential. If they win, we can maybe ask them that question, but let's talk about the fight that's breaking out right now. Lazy Hydra taking a lot of damage, will go down. Leaping from the Sonya. Sage trying to get onto Chess Leader, who does get agility over the wall, insta-mount as well. Has some scatters to be thrown out as well here. And that's Uther goes for him dead. He's down for the next 20-some seconds. Malthael tries to live. Tormented Souls, Nano Boost. Oh, Malthael, a little too aggressive right there. I think Malthael got the Nano Boost and said, I can make something happen. But Tormented Souls, if I'm not mistaken, was already on cooldown. And I don't think he had that available for the fight. Now, this is a very low Alarian here. He's got how much HP? Well, I can actually see it right there. It's 1,800 HP. Muradin anchoring, but Muradin might have sacrificed his life for all of this. Can Hanzo get in position to steal away the last little bit of damage? No. They will lose the Immortal, but gain a kill into Muradin as Malthael respawns. There were some pings onto the Raynor. I wonder if there was communication or consideration from the side of gillyShark to say, hey, we need to go to the Immortal, stop everyone fighting Muradin, someone needs to split. That could have been the conversation, or it could have just been pings onto Raynor, who knows. I ping my teammates all the time when we play Storm League together, and they're very useless pings.
I will bring down the gates of hell.
Alrighty, so Larian finds one tower, most of the gate, and that's about it. But here's the thing that I do want to point out. Some of these kills, some of this experience, parity has been found on the map when it comes to that. And actually, let's go ahead and take a look at the experience. 46,700 to 46,700 or so. You know, it's ever moving, but still. The experience gap has closed with the minions as well. Actually, it's just the minion gap that's really, really closing things in favor for the side of ProBUs. But either way, 16's looming. Talent tier for both sides soon. Pressure into the top lane. Oracle used by the Tassadar right there. Leaping from Sonya. The target's going to be onto Malthael. He gets hit with the Nano, if I'm not mistaken. No, he actually didn't. Just gets the Divine Shield. A 90-second cooldown. Muradin tossing away. So a 90-second cooldown for a 60-second cooldown since we did have Leap utilized. But no one falls, and 16s will be achieved to both teams. Accolade pings, yeah, exactly. It could have been pings on the Raider saying, like, you should have been getting Immortal. Could have been that. Could have been that. Could have been the Q that interrupted the jump. It could have been any of those things. As I said, if gillyShark wins, we can ask them. Either way, Immortal spawning very soon. Lazy Hydra is going to do his best to start helping out his team. The Argle Bargles use. Schumann gets low. Muradin gets back with the Avatar. Lazy Hydra will go down. Earby is going to go down. Muffin to go down. It's a 2-for-2. 8-bit getting low, but it's Malthael cleaning house right now. All 5 members of ProBUs will go down. That's a solid.
Pentakill.
And we see gillyShark moving towards the Immortal with a ace in their hands. They needed an ecstasy. They needed a stasis. Someone's phone doing a little auto-correction there, huh? Malthael to grab camp. I like this is really, really good utilization of just what they have available on the side of gillyShark at Bingo Knight and what they can do. Hanzo, great at racing the Immortal. Malthael solos the camp, gets full mana and stuff. And Stark continues to soak, building and extending that experience gap that has formed between both teams. Stark is not going to clear the objective very quickly, so he might as well push out the bottom lane a little bit. I very much like the call we're seeing from gillyShark at Bingo Night in this moment, but here, we have all the members of ProBUs back. This is going to be a contested Immortal. I think it is. I expect it to be. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull away the talent so we can see the entire screen. 8-Bit goes to the Immortal. Lazy Hydra rotating down, anchoring for his team. And it's going to be Immortal quickly to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Hey, Desert. What's up, bud? Good to see you as always, my friend. I hope you're having a fantastic evening. So, Immortal goes into top lane. Oracle from Tassadar scouts out EKB, looking for a bit of a flank. 8-Bit anchoring as well on the lower side of all of this to make sure no one comes around this little edge right here. Hanzo arrow does show, so 8-Bit was like, okay, someone might try and poke in onto us. Immortal, I am curious, of course, as always, dealing 1,660 damage into structures. Let's see what happens. Hyperion from the Rainer got the Yamato cannon, dealing almost, actually a little bit more than the Immortal right now into structures. Let's see. How much can gillyShark at Bingo Night grab from this? Half a level or so to level 20 advantage. Belith is losing a lot of HP. Chest Looter rips an arrow, more of a zoning arrow than anything. Belith moves into melee range as he does lose his shielding. Lazy Hydra getting very low. Does he pop the self-divine shield? Doesn't go for it. Throws the divine shield onto Malthael. Might have been a misclick. Either way, Belith will confirm the top lane keep with one last auto, and gillyShark at Bingo Night back away, half a level as I mentioned, to go to 20. Been lurking but dinner out? Nice. Well, I hope you have a fantastic dinner. Thanks for the lurks and thanks for hanging out. Alrighty, so are they trying to make something happen here while Uther's dead for 26? Yeah, they are. I really like the rotation from gillyShark right there. That was an extremely smart rotation to make sure that they weren't going to get caught out, utilizing the side corridor just to get away a little bit faster, cut their distance. But now it's just rotate around the map, get some camps, and push to 20. I think that was actually also... It is ProBUs trying to say, okay, Uther's down, there's no level 20, we gotta fight them. And now ProBUs is saying, this is not the split you want, in my opinion. Because a few members are going to show. They could turn on to this. Malthael is just going to be able to pop his level 1, Fear the Reaper, increase his base movement speed, and get out of there. He's 5% slower than mount speed, but hey, it's 25% faster than just regular movement speed. No alt R feels bad. I wonder why. I wonder if Lazy Hydra meant to have it for himself. If he right click, I don't know. Well, more questions if we get to that post-game interview, if I remember, because right now there's already like 4 questions that I've already forgotten half of them. But either way, 20s are here. Level 20 for the Uther is going to be the redemption. But look at Rainer. Execute order. Oh my god, Muradin steps into a bush and says good night. gillyShark at Bingo Night shut down the Muradin, and that is a unfortunate moment. 52 seconds on Muradin's death timer with the Immortal phase up and available. gillyShark at Bingo Night. They see a couple members in top lane. Let's actually show the vision for this team. Lazy Hydra anchoring, as he is not the fastest racer, so he's doing a great job of anchoring, can stun, has that pursuit of justice. Moving up to the position where he's expecting the next Immortal to be, or at least anchoring. So Immortals are on race potential side. Stark checks the camp over on the left-hand side with 1 healing dart. Muradin still dead for 22. Now there's damage being applied. Lunara is showing because Lazy Hydra's in the bush, but Lazy Hydra cannot solo kill the Lunara. The best thing he can do, sit in the bush and act like he's not even here. Swapping to the other vision, Lazy Hydra sees the camp as tagged because on a battlefield of eternity, the camps disappear. Actually, look at the minimap right now, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that that camp was still up and available, but all the other camps are gone off the map. So since Lunara tagged the camp, Lazy Hydra immediately makes the rotation in since he wasn't showing, and that was a fantastic call from gillyShark at Bingo Night. They steal the camp, they have the Immortal, it's dealing quite a bit of damage into structures, nearly 2,000 damage into structures, around 1,800 plus, as Uther's a little split. He does have the redemption off of cooldown. Self-Divine Shield this time, stuns the Muradin. Arrow from Hanzo coming through, but Muradin's not inside of that. Rainer has the Hyperion. Keep in mind, I mentioned execute order at level 20, which means his death timer is reduced, but if he dies, he summons a Hyperion in the direction of the enemy that killed him, I think it is? Closest enemy hero. So not the one that killed him, but just the closest. Either way, we're going to pull away the talents and see what happens here. If Raynor dies on core, it's actually kind of okay, because he's got Yamato Cannon, and he's got this heroic. But either way, Argo Bargle, that's going to be Sonya. Lunara going down to the Hanzo and Nexus forces. The core is falling rapidly, and ladies and gentlemen, gillyShark at Bingo Night have taken map number 1 in the final best of 3 of the evening. GG. Well played. A fantastic game number 1 between both these teams. Absolutely fantastic. Alrighty, let me... Just communicating between the two captains. Alrighty, choose outcome. Which team wins Battlefield of Eternity? ProBUs. No, I'm just kidding. Ha ha ha. Troll. Ha ha, got you. Alrighty. Let me show you some stats while I do some stuff in the background to get things updated. Okay. We will do those bandit pets in just a moment. Let's bring it on back to Bandit and I, and let's update this team scores. Or I guess team score. And we'll get ready for our next map. Okay, so there's the lobby. Let me get the bandit pets in.
Bye, bud. What's up?
Okay. Thank you for redeeming the bandit pets. Much appreciated. All right, I have that. That is set to that. Let me let the players know that I am ready. Caster, our spooky worm. Oh, Bandit is such a good boy. This is the most precious cast ever. You're welcome. By the way, if you are new to the stream, you've never been here before, why don't we go fishing, ladies and gentlemen? Are there any primers out in chat? Any primers floating out in the sea that is Twitch chat? You could use your Prime Gaming here on Bahamut Gaming to get yourself some amazing emotes. If you were not hit by NazDub's 50 gifted subs today, or maybe you weren't hit by Agent Null with his 11 or 7 gifted subs, if you weren't hit with a gifted sub today, maybe you're like, you know what? I gotta get me some of those emotes. Let me use my Prime Gaming. Either way, if you don't want to use your Prime Gaming here, or it's already on cooldown or whatever, I at least recommend you hit the follow button. If you enjoy the content you're seeing, if you enjoy Heroes of Storm casting, I do a lot of Heroes of Storm content, casting. I play some other games here and there. Like, for example, on Friday, we're going to play some Gungeon, some Dark Souls. On the 19th of February, we are going to be doing our subathon, which is multiple different games. But my plug aside, let's go ahead and get into another draft, because ladies and gentlemen, we are here and ready to go into map number 2. And we're going to be heading into Sky Temple. And if you're, once again, confused as to how we got to Sky Temple, I got you covered, chat. The home team this evening is going to be ProBUs. They won the initial coin flip for this series, opting for first pick in map number 1. Infernal Shrines and Brax's Holdout were banned out by the side of ProBUs, and the members of gillyShark at Bingo Night banned out Dragonshire Alterac Pass. gillyShark at Bingo Night chose to take us to Battlefield of Eternity for map number 1, and they won that map. ProBUs, as the losing team, had first pick or map pick priority. ProBUs chose first pick priority, so gillyShark at Bingo Night is choosing to take us to Sky Temple. And I understand this is Garden of Terror. I'm a big dummy and I forgot to fix this little thing. But either way, y'all know it's Sky Temple. We're getting into it. Let's jump back into the draft. Excuse me, take a look at what we've got so far. And this is going to be ProBUs banning out Sylvanas Greymane. The assumption is gillyShark at Bingo Night will ban out the Diablo. There it is. Did something today.
Do it. This stream is worth it.
Proto, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. First pick Abathur.
Hello.
Kill, thank you for the gifted sub to Key. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Key. Yeah, Key got it. I just dodged the gift subs like I was taught by Dragon Ball Z Piccolo. I need an adult. I am an adult! So, Genji Tyrael. Are we juicing again? Are we getting juicy, chat? This feels like we're getting a little juicy. First pick Abby as a power play. I would agree with you, absolutely.
Another battle.
What?
Let's fly.
What? So, fun fact about gillyShark at Bingo Night. Stark is a very well-established Samuro player. Playing Samuro into Samuro main is very difficult, so we're gonna see how this goes. I'm not saying like, oh my god, ProBUs, you've made a horrible choice. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that's a tough draft into someone who plays a lot of Samuro and knows the nuances of him. That's the big thing. It's the nuances that you understand and what the Samuro is going to do. I have seen Stark chase down Samuros in the past, like reading exactly where they're gonna go, like he had a direct stream from what that Samuro's doing. Either way, some healer bans, Brightwing, Whitemane to be banned away. Let's see what happens here as Genji Tyrael was picked up. Things are looking a little juicy for gillyShark at Bingo Night. We'll see if they actually juice their way through Sky Temple, if that's the choice. Abathur, Falstad, Samuro. They could still Cho'Gall on the side of ProBUs. They would just have no main real healer. Anyways, last two picks, or next two picks, Rexxar, Rhaegar. Okay. Argle they still need, the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night, they still need some sort of like burst damage to play into the Genji. Jaina. Li Ming would actually be fantastic. I think Jaina's okay. I think Kael'thas could be an option. There's Stukov, so no Cho'Gall. Cowards. And what do they last pick here to go with the rest of this? Muradin's up and available. ETC. ETC did get a slight buff in our most recent patch. 0.06 regeneration. I think 30 extra HP. Or is it like 14 extra HP and then 30 extra damage on power slide? It's something, it's very, very minimal. I don't have the patch notes open currently. It's very minimal, but either way. Also, Mean Buffalo, thank you for the follow just a minute ago. Much appreciate the follow and the support. Thank you again, everyone, for the bits and the gifted sub. But a Rainer comes through. Looking a little juicy piratey, but I don't think it's a full juice pirate. No Lieutenant Morales to be able to utilize the what's it called? The medevac to jump around. But either way, let's go ahead and I'm going to shift it over to our other screen and y'all can get an idea of what things are going to look like as we load on in to map number 2. The Twitch predictions have begun. Which team wins Sky Temple? ProBUs or gillyShark at Bingo Night? Get your predictions in. You've got a minute 30 or so to do so. I like Genji in Sky. He can be a mosquito to some temple gatherers. That's fair. I would agree. I hate seeing Genji on my team for Sky Temple and Storm League. Why is that? Side note, I saw Stark in chat list. Sus. What do you mean chat list? On the left-hand side, we got the members of ProBUs. We have gotten the... No Stimvac or Metadrone. Kapow. Anyways, I'm sorry. Oops, sorry about that. Either way, sorry, let's focus in. ProBUs in the blue. We got John Bunyan on the Stukov, 8-bit on the ETC, Sage on the Falstead, Irby on the Abathur, and Samuro to be played by Muffin. Over on the right-hand side, we got Chesslooter on the Rexar, Misha to play Misha, Genji to be played by EKB, Tyrael to be played by Lazy Hydra, Stark on the Rhaegar, and Schumann on the Rainer. Nobody freed Harrison Jones! Free him! What's wrong with you, teams? Anyways, so we take a look at the level 1s, and we're going to go continue to see what's happening here, as this is going to be Abathur trying to defend the bottom lane tower, but Tyrael and friends are able to get that down. Genji, does he have enough agility? Does he have anything to get out of here? Genji, you got any buttons, bud? Oh! Oh! Abathur mine. The one stray Abathur mine finds the Genji. It's okay, I'm so sorry. EKB, I'm so sorry. That was just way too funny. Okay, I'm reeling it in. Oh, this is why I need Grubby to save me in these moments. So we will see Siege Giants on both sides grabbed, 8-bit anchoring for his team. We will see Stark utilizing the totem just to check the bush really quickly. Jeez. I saw the Abathur mine, and I saw it in slow motion. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. Stark is scouted out by that Abathur mine that is on the camp, so they at least know that there is a Rhaegar over there. Chesslooter does have vision with the center eye over here for this for the members of gillyShark at Bingo Night. They see that the Abathur's in top. And, oh, okay, sorry. I was like, oh, that's a real Samuro. No, it's actually Muffin in bottom lane at 50% HP. Lazy Hydra throws the Aldruin's Might back as an escape option, but isn't going to be actually triggering it. We do see Abathur with a wave in top lane. Abathur did go into Adrenal Overload at level 4. Falstad is going to be going into Mage Stead. So I'm assuming the Adrenal Overload is mostly for the Samuro. He is going to go Windwalk build. I actually played this build on Tuesday. It was requested by someone in chat. So we went to Windwalk build yesterday. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun. By the way, on Tuesdays I play Heroes of Storm. I spend a few hours warming up, playing some quick matches that are recommended by, or quick match heroes recommended by chat. And then later on I play Storm League with Totski, Warak, Memory, and Iron Flare, our standard Tuesday group. It's good practice. My casting may be good, but definitely my gameplay needs a lot of work and practice. So still kind of working on that to get a little bit better at my tanking and gameplay overall. But either way, let's focus in on this game because we are getting level 7s in a moment here. Genji picking up a few of our new talents as he did go into Agile Dismount. Now, this is still, I mean, Agile Dismounts existed, blah, blah, blah. It's just that we have had a patch recently. Exclamation point patch in chat if you'd like to take more of a detailed look onto what happened in said patch. But Genji, he now has heroes in the landing area slowed by 30% for 2 seconds. He also has Shuriken Mastery, which I think synergizes with the new upgrade on Shogun, I think is the talent, at level 13 or 16. I think it synergizes with that one, where I think you have bonus damage for hitting all 3 Shurikens onto one hero, and I think that bonus damage was increased, if I'm not mistaken. Samuro grabs the mid temple. The top lane's being contested between Lazy Hydra, Chesslooter, 8-bit, and John Bunyan. Mid shots will rain out. Bottom lane fort is going to go down, so gillyShark applying a lot of pressure to one of the most important lanes. Rhaegar goes in for the bite onto Sage. Sage is getting absolutely slowed, and Tyrael may fall in top. Falstad to go down in bottom, but the big conversation point is that we have boss in bottom lane, and gillyShark at Bingo Night, they've already opened up a boss lane condition. Now, why am I kind of focusing onto bottom lane? It's not only the boss that you can feed into this lane, you also have Siege Giant camps on the right and the left-hand side, as you're going to see those actually spawning up in a few seconds. If you can constantly feed these into bottom lane, it's a great way to apply pressure and force rotations from the enemy into said lane. Also, Siege Giants, they outrange all structures. Siege Giants have a range of 10. I can go ahead and actually show this really quickly here is Control C. So Siege Giants have an attack range of 10. I'm actually going to pull this away because we have a team fight breaking out right now. Genji dives in, going to get silenced for a second from the lurking arm of Stukov. Samuro clones, as we know them, are going to be chasing out. No 10 talent here, so we'll see Illusion Master or Blade Storm. But as I was pointing out, the fort towers, I believe, have a 7.8 range. Keeps and forts have an 8 range, and the core itself has an 8 range. Siege Giants have a range of 10, which means they outrange all structures, and this will be Stark pressuring up into top lane. The quicker you get permanent damage on this map against an Abathur, the better, and that's another conversation we need to have here, because Abathur did go Mule at level 7, which means that anything that isn't taken down permanently could get 3,800 HP or 3,900 HP, nearly 4,000 HP from the Mule, which actually has an activated time of 40 seconds and a cooldown of 60. But since that activated time is cooldown counted, as long as the Mule doesn't go down, Abathur Mule cooldown is actually 20 seconds, so long as the Mule does not die. That's the big thing. If it dies, then you're just not getting value for the full duration. That's all. That's the only thing I wanted to talk about. But bottom lane objective is going to be next. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like, because 10 talent tiers are popping up at the top of the screen. And look at the Abathur. Look at the Abathur level 10, chat. It's going to be Evolve Monstrosity. No clone. No ultimate evolution. Evolve Monstrosity. So the game plan from Abathur is to consistently split push. But if that's the case, that means that all team fights will be 4v4s. Granted, yes, you can bring in the Evolved Monstrosity, but what this means is that Samuro's going to try and split push. So Chess Looter, not that he doesn't want to show up to any sort of objective phase, Chess Looter wants to do solo lane duty consistently. Chess Looter shouldn't really be around objective phases because he has to match Samuro / Abathur pressure. And I think he's going to be able to do that. Unfortunately, I say that, and we look at top lane, and that's going to get shredded immediately. But here's going to be mid lane fort going down. There's that Mule as I was talking about. And it's going to be moot. Fight in bottom lane will be breaking out here. Genji goes in with the Dragon's Blade. ETC drops a Mosh, and it's going to catch on to a few. Genji gets massively shoved. EKB trying to close the distance with some of these Dragon Blade strikes. 8-bit very low. Power slides in. That is a really risky moment. Sanctification to be used. Hyperion through as well. Sage has to barrel roll out. Stark, do you have any sort of slowing totem? Self-ancestry heal to chase in further onto Sage. Great weighted pustule from the Stukov as the Samuro has pressed up the top lane. Fort goes down. Mid lane fort still hasn't fallen, but the thing is to discuss, Mule's already down, shots rain out, mid lane fort will fall. Boss being considered here. We look at the ETC vision. Muffin knows this. They see Muffin. You can see that shimmer right there. Muffin does show. By the way, Samuro's stealth is not permanent. It lasts 10 seconds total. 3,600, thank you. I said one number, and then I was like, that's not right. And then I said another number, and I was like, that's not right either. What about Memory? Memory is one of my favorite friends to play video games with. What's the range on catapults? I can look in a little bit for you. I actually don't know off the top of my head. I want to say it's like a 9. I want to say catapults have like a range of 9. Is there any catapults on the map right now? I don't actually think there are. I'm waiting for the team fight to break out too. Boar's unleashed. Stark has a slow. Boar's connect as well. Sage with the gust. Catapults have a range of 11, actually. I was completely wrong on that. Catapults have a range of 11, so they outrange even Siege Giants. But they don't outrange Sergeant Hammer, who has a 13 or 15 range. So Boss is going to be worked on. Samuro's rotating in very late. Gust was already used. We have Holy Ground on the ground. ETC goes in for the power slide. Boss slam onto 8-bit is going to be the big stun right here. Sanctification will be utilized, and Sage is going to be chased by EKB with the Dragon's Blade bite from the butt of Stark. And Boss, Siege Giants, and a catapult in bottom lane, dealing quite a bit of damage as Muffin's able to back away. Let's see, what do we actually see? I didn't even check Samuro's level 10. It's going to be Blade Storm, no Illusion Master. And pretty standard otherwise across the board. We already talked about the Evolved Monstrosity from this Abathur. But here comes Boss, Siege Giant, massive push into bottom lane. Death timer on ETC just expired. Falstad up in 2 seconds. He has Gus, self-ancestral from Stark. Needs to back away for a few seconds here. This should be keep going down. gillyShark at Bingo Night don't need to be here. Boss will confirm keep. They could go double temple. These temples will get shots onto top lane fort. Why? It doesn't matter where you're firing from. Bottom lane typically fires into bottom lane, but since there's no structures here, it goes to the next lane. Well, there's a keep here, but there's no fort. But then it checks top, and top lane still has a fort. So once the top lane fort goes down, mid lane should shoot to mid lane, bottom should shoot to mid lane. But here is the contest around this objective phase over here in the mid area as we check out the APM, of course, Samuro. Oh wait, Falstad, look at Falstad, he's got Flight. He's got Gust. He's looking for the Gust into the enemy. There's going to be a Gust. No Ancestral for Rhaegar. Boar's Unleashed from Chestlitter. He kind of backs away. Stark very low, tries to Wolf Run out of here. Does go down to the Abathur hat on Samuro. Shot still raining out from bottom because Genji is down here, and he found the siege and the damage onto top lane fort. Now mid lane keep front gate's going to start taking damage. Mule comes out. Will Mule just to keep? Yes, it will. So this should be shots from bottom. Moot from this Mule. As we check really quickly, how much damage? It should be moot, if not almost full HP on this keep right now. Mid lane fort goes down. Bottom lane fort is going to take a little bit of damage. Did anyone free Harrison Jones? No. Okay, when the teams watch this back, I am upset with all of you. Left click on this just 20 times, okay? Just left click on it a bunch of times. 16 talent tiered advantage to the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night, but no Rhaegar for a few moments. They're still going to go for this because there's no Abathur to go for an Evolved Monstrosity, or for a clone. Ultimate Evolution, excuse me. Evolved Monstrosity is showing in bottom lane, just pushing things out. Rhaegar gets a wave in through mid, drops the totem, and rotates to his team. Rhaegar did show a minion wave. There's the Lurking Arm onto the Misha. 8-Bit gonna bop her around, and that is Misha to go down for 20 seconds. So catapults are Spinal Tap, got it? Why not just have the amp go to 10, but this one goes to 11? God, I want to watch Spinal Tap again. This is such a dumb good movie. Just like Best in Show. If you've never seen Best in Show, same director, same mockumentary style, a lot of same actors. Highly recommend Best in Show. It's hilarious. I have a good time with Best in Show. It's about dog show people, so it's really funny. Muffin accidentally throws himself over the wall. Maybe it was accidental. I'm not 100% sure. Sakuchi was the grab at level 16 as well, as you see that little bit of a jump, or excuse me, 13, as that you see that little bit of jump in distance. Now Muffin has the Abathur hat, will lose clone. Here's going to be the split with the illusions. Bottom lane fort getting low but doesn't go down. Hyperion from Raynor. Sage is trying to back away. Anything to close the distance. Boars is available, but Rexar... Oh, wait, Rexar. Look at Rexar on the minimap. Coming through Ancestral Healing. Sanctification. Boars Unleashed. 8-Bit's the target. Misha goes for the stun and gets it right there. We have EKB with the Dragon's Blade. He's slicing and dicing as best as he can. The Gust does slow things down, but it's not going to slow things down enough. Samuro being chased here. Lazy Hydra might have Muffin's number. No, it's not the case. They don't chase Samuro. Flight from Falstad up into the top lane. Looking to maybe find a counter channel into top, but they're down ETC for the next 25 seconds. This could be really risky. Muffin moving into the enemies around him. Has the Abathur hat once again. Has to be careful of the chase potential. He doesn't have any clones to jump to. They're all gone. He doesn't have anything to jump to at all. Muffin getting low. Has the Sakuchi to increase the distance, but Muffin doubles back. This is really risky. One penetrating round and a couple autos. That could be the demise of this Samuro. Genji jumps in. Swift strike through John Bunyan. John Bunyan gets bit in the butt by the Rhaegar. And this is shots from double temples in favor of gillyShark at Bingo Night. And they should be able to get both of these. Blade Storm from Samuro. They know that's the real one since he doesn't have 20, so no Blade Storm on all clone sort of deal. But shots raining in through the top lane. Abathur drops the mule ahead of time. Will this takedown keep? Oh, we don't have that many shots. The mule will mitigate some of this, but not all of this damage. If you like those movies, I recommend 7 Days in Hell. It's a tour de pharmacy. Is that like a comedy or something? I'm sorry, what is a tour de pharmacy? I've never heard of that, Meta Melter. I think it's still the pick if you go. Oh, you're talking about talents and stuff. Sorry about that. Jack Harrer, thank you for the follow. Boss will... Okay, so they're seen rotating through boss, but they're not on boss. Muffin will rotate in as well. Is revealed, slowing Totem from Rhaegar. There's a power slide in from 8-bit. There's the Feign Death from Rexar as well. Chest Leader gonna get the Ancestor healing. Gonna have the Farseer's Blessing for that splash extra heal. Start getting a little bit low. Sanctification will be popped by the Tyrael. Does have the Holy Arena for extra damage. Gust up from Falstead. Oh, EKB tags the boss and is able to get away with the Dragon's Blade swipes. Meanwhile, bottom lane, catapults have arrived to core and are dealing significant damage, but keep in mind that Mule could be utilized, and the Evolved Monstrosity is going to be coming out here to try and clear up some of the waves that are pushing in right now. Boss is tagged. This is risky. Gus from Falstead down for 30 seconds. There's going to be a Holy Ground from the Tyrael, the contested boss. They get it on the side of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Boss gets a big slam, interrupts the ETC mosh pit. No 20 talent here. EKB low goes down to Sage, but did Sage go way too deep? Absolutely. John Bunyan trying to back away. We do have catapults and more arriving to the core, and these Siege Giants are just shredding through the HP on the core. Keep in mind, you got a catapult right behind it. That bad boy's dealing quite a bit of damage. I was going to check it, but it's too far dead. Catapult's dealing 570 into structures, and this map, ladies and gentlemen, is looking very pressed in for the side of gillySharks at Bingo Night, or I guess in their favor. Boss should get a little more damage onto core. Mule's gonna mitigate some of that, but here goes down the top lane fort, and gillyShark at Bingo Night, they take the series 2-0 as they are able to channel the center temple. Boss gets a slam, gillyShark at Bingo Night, they close things out, 2-0, GG, well played. It's a sports mockumentary. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate it, thank you so much. Oh, Andy Samberg's in it? Oh, I love Andy Samberg. Oh, I'm sorry. 7 Days in Hell and Tour de Pharmacy. Sorry, I misread the message. I'm slightly dyslexic, chat. Slightly. All right, let's pay the people. Who wins Sky Temple? gillyShark at Bingo 9. I'm really proud of you all for the Twitch predictions this evening. I'm very proud of you, chat. Let me go ahead and jump into a channel really quickly, and then we will get, I'm in lobby 2. Okay. And at this time, I am joined by Stark from the members of gillyShark at Bingo Night. Congratulations on your victory. Of course, as always, how you feeling?
Pretty good. That was a spooky looking square.
Which square? Which square?
The bingo square. That was a lot of really awful things on there.
Now, question, did you... First question, of course. I mean, everybody asked you first question, but ask you how you feel, but 1.5 question. Did you bingo tonight?
Yes, we did. We did.
Okay.
Game 1, we got... we went for the middle row. The code's in chat if you guys want to check. We went middle row. We had to stack 5 doses on a hero for 5 seconds, and I'm pretty sure I got it on Muradin.
Mm-hmm.
We had used Tormented Souls in a team fight and survive, which Ikib really had us on the ropes because he refused to use it for like the first 6 levels of having it. It was really hard. We had play Reyna or Artanis.
Okay.
Played Reyna. And God, that was another one. That was another one we did.
Trying to think of what you had for game number 1. Anything Uther based?
Yeah, that wasn't. Who was the last hero? Who did we have?
Raynor, Malthael, Anna. Oh God,
I don't know.
Anna Uther. Yeah, Hanzo. Chess Leader played a Hanzo.
I think that was just a Hanzo. I don't think there was anything there for that. But yeah, we got 4.
Okay.
And then the crucial one we needed was Genji dying first.
So it was a turbo int from... So
No, we had a scripted off-screen death. He had a heroic moment at the 55-second mark, and then Swift struck off, and he's like, he made it away. He'd done it.
Yeah.
But he was off screen. He ran into a mine. You wouldn't have seen it though, because
No, totally didn't see it. Didn't cackle about it on stream whatsoever. Totally not what happened at all. I do want to ask a couple. I do have a couple other questions because there were a few moments on the Battlefield game that we were like, I wonder about that. So when there was the moment where there was the Immortal phase where like Alarian had like 2 HP, your enemy Immortal to race down, but there was the Muradin, and it was like Chess, Schumann, and someone else. It might have been you, or it might have been Lazy Hydra.
Yeah.
There were some pings onto Raynor. Were the pings onto Raynor to say, good job for the penetrating round, or were they saying to Raynor, go kill the Immortal? Because I was torn on what was actually happening right there with the pings.
I think that was kind of like the hype up our player when he did a cool thing kind of ping.
Because that's what chat was saying, and I was like, I think it's that they wanted the Immortal. But okay, because there was a penetrating round that stopped a Dwarf Toss.
The plan was, we go and snipe the Immortal, but the Muradin 8-bit was just like the wall. He was just in the way. So, that was tough. But then, Schumann was like, I can clip his wings and shoot him at the sky. And we killed him.
My last question for you, actually, is going into this game right here on Sky Temple, they draft the Samuro super early. They don't ban it against you. You nervous, you sit there and you laugh. You're like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
Okay.
This Muffin Samuro is a joke.
That's, I mean, I was in the draft, like, we were in the draft, and I was like, this is... Like, not saying, like, oh, you draft Smurr against Stark, it's GG, but it's like, kind of knows all the tricks and trades, so it's kind of, it's going to be a hard play, so...
I played against Muffin Samuro enough. It's always the same. It's Evil Samuro with the permanent hat on the main body, and he goes the disabling Spike Burst with the Disable Strikes crit.
Yes, he did.
Jump in and solo a backliner and jump
yeah,
out.
because you have Envenom Spikes at level 16, and then you have the Merciless Strikes as well. Okay, so very cool. All right, so kind of a heads-up play from gillyShark in general. The last thing, as always, are there any shout-outs that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Shoutouts to the team, did well. Shoutouts to Kaimo for making the right decision and going to bed after sleeping like 7 hours in 2 days. Shout out to our sponsor, ! Bingo. I have to do that now. We have contracts. Shout out to Gilly for helping us make the team. Shout out to Dread for being recovering.
Alive?
Maybe.
So,
I don't know.
Shout out to Dread for being alive. There you go.
Yeah. And shout out to you for casting. Shout out to Bandit for being cute. Shout out to Kairu for raiding. Shout out to, I don't know. Who do you want to shout out?
NGS. I'm gonna shout out NGS.
Right.
Thanks for NGS for having this existing.
Yeah, some of NGS is alright.
They're okay. All right. Thank you, Stark, for joining me. Congratulations on your victory. Look forward to seeing you further down in Season 13.